Alright, what's up everybody, it's your boy WolfBlade. This is an update on the new and improved, very much improved it used to be, I used to call it the umbrella mobile and then the stickinator. Now that's the wheel mobile. That's a wheel mobile. Wheelmobile. So yeah, all I have to do is come up here, park it, take my bag off of the chair, and my sign's already there, you know. Just sit down and there it is. Because I've been asking for a long time for things that I need. People keep on giving me like processed like food, or like, you know, all the cheap, you know, peanuts and crackers and this and that. They keep on giving me those, and you know, that's good because I feed the squirrels and birds. So thank you. But there's stuff that I need as an adult, and I just want y'all to know that, you know, just because I'm 23 or just because I'm a homeless person doesn't mean that I don't have necessities, bro. Like, it's, as we know, it's really cold, and I'm from the north, so I can pretty much take care of myself all winter. But as you guys know, it doesn't usually get this cold. As of today, Hallows Eve, the day before, you know, the Sabbath, the holy day, the celebration, we celebrate drinking wine and eating bread and stuff like that. Celebrate all the martyrs who got martyred for their faith in Jesus' name. That's what Hallows Eve was supposed to be for, and then they made it a satanic holiday. Alright, now if you guys remember, Pharaoh, in the last video, Ramses was going through all of these plagues, and because he kept hardening his heart and not listening to God, and lets his people go. So let's continue. The plague of darkness. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Stretch out your hand towards the sky, so that darkness spreads over Egypt, darkness that can be felt." So Moses stretched out his hand towards the sky, and total darkness covered all the land, all Egypt, for 3 days. No one could see anyone else or move about for 3 days. Yet all the Israelites had light in places where they lived. Then Pharaoh summoned Moses and said, "Go worship the Lord. Even your women and your children may go with you. Only leave your flocks and herds behind." But Moses said, "You must allow us to have sacrifices and burnt offerings to present to our Lord our God. Our livestock must go with us. Not the hoof is to be left behind. We have to use some of them in worshiping the Lord our God. Until we can get there, we will not know what we are to use to worship the Lord." But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, so he was not willing to let them go. Pharaoh said to Moses, "Get out of my sight. Make sure you do not appear before me again. The day you will see my face, you will die." "Just as you say," Moses replied. "I will never appear for you again." The plague on the firstborn. Now the Lord has said to Moses, "I will bring one more plague on Pharaoh, on Egypt. After that, he will let you go from here. And when he does, he will drive you out completely. Tell the people that the men and women alike are to ask their neighbors for articles of silver and gold." The Lord made Egyptians favorably disposed toward the people, and Moses himself was highly regarded in Egypt by Pharaoh's officials. and by the people. So Moses said, "This is what the Lord says. About midnight I will go throughout Egypt. Every firstborn son in Egypt will die, from the firstborn son of Pharaoh, who sits on the throne, to the firstborn son of the female slave, who is at her hand mill, and all the firstborn of the cattle as well. There will be loud wailing throughout Egypt, worse than there has ever been or ever will be again. But among the Israelites, not a dog will bark at any person or animal. Then you will know that the Lord makes a distinction between Egypt and Israel. All these officials of yours will come to me, bowing down before me, saying, 'Go, you and all the people who follow you, after that I will leave.' Then Moses, hot with anger, left Pharaoh. The Lord had said to Moses, Pharaoh will refuse to listen to you, so that my wonders may be multiplied in Egypt. Moses and Aaron performed all of these wonders before Pharaoh. But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he would not let the Israelites go out of his country. The Passover and the festival of unleavened bread. The Lord said to Moses and Aaron in Egypt, "This month is to be for you the first month of your year. Tell the whole community of Israel that on the 10th day of this month each man is to take a lamb for his family, one for each household. If any household is too small for the whole lamb, they must go share one with the nearest neighbor, having taken into account the number of people there are. You are to determine the amount of lamb needed in accordance with what each person will eat. The animals you choose must be year-old males without defect, and you may take them from the sheep or the goats. Take care of them until the 14th day of the month, when all the members of the community of Israel must slaughter them at twilight. Then they are to take some blood and put it on the sides and the tops of the door frames of the house where they eat the lambs. The same night they are to eat the meat roasted on the fire along the bitter herbs. The bread made without yeast. Do not eat meat or raw boiled or boiled in water. Do not eat meat raw or boiled in water, but roast it over a fire, with the head, legs, and internal organs." So when we did, so I knew it the entire time. Yeah. Also, raw meat and blood still in it. That was earlier in the Bible. We talked about that. Now, or boiled in water. You know how people boil things in grease? That's what God meant. We're not supposed to be boiling meat. We're not supposed to be cooking meat with lifeblood still in it. So Hell's Kitchen is pretty accurate with its name. You know, kind of makes sense. I knew it from the beginning why it was called Hell's Kitchen, but it's not for the reason that he makes him slave at cooking. It's not why. It's that it's literally everything they cook in Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen is literally what you're not allowed to eat in the Bible. Every single thing. There's not one thing that they've cooked you were allowed to eat in the Bible on his show. Exposing celebrities. Anyway, do not leave any of it till morning. If some is left till morning, you must burn it. This is how you are to eat it. With your cloak tucked into your belt, your sandals on your feet, and your staff in your hand, eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. On that same night, I will pass through Egypt and strike down every firstborn of both people and animals. And I will bring judgment on all the gods of Egypt. I am the Lord. The blood will be a sign for you on the houses where you are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you. No destructive plague will touch you when I strike Egypt. This day you are to commemorate for all the generations to come. You shall celebrate it as a festival to the Lord, a lasting ordinance. The 7 days you are not to eat bread made without yeast. 7 days you are to eat bread without yeast. See, what yeast does, you know what yeast does? The reason why most of their foods, every single food actually in America, which is banned in 179 other countries, they put mostly yeast in their bread products and stuff, and it eats the stomach. It eats at your stomach too. Yes, it eats your food in your stomach before you do. That's why alcohol can be consumed. That's why when you eat cereal, you can eat the entire box, because it's cooked with something that eats itself away. So anyway, yeah, for generations use a lasting ordinance. For 7 days you are to eat bread without yeast. On the first day, remove yeast from your houses. For whoever eats anything with yeast in it, from the first day to the 7th, must be cut off from Israel. On the first day, hold a sacred assembly, and on another one, the 7th day. Do not work on all of these days, except for to prepare food for everyone to eat. That is all you may do. Celebrate a festival of unleavened bread, because it was on this very day that I brought the divisions out of Egypt. Celebrate this day as a lasting ordinance from generations to come. In the first month you are to eat bread made without yeast. From the evening of the 14th day until the evening was the 21st day. These are all of my numbers, by the way, 14 and 21. Dude. Because it's in increments of 7s and 3s and 4s. For 7 days, no yeast will be found in your houses, and anyone, whether foreigner or native born. Oh, so wait a minute. That makes me actually uncovers a little bit more natively born. So what if the Israelites or something moved over here, and then I was natively born from their tribe? That would be kind of cool. That might be why I'm getting attacked by Satan every day. Who eats anything with yeast in it must be cut off from the community of Israel. Eat nothing made with yeast. Whether you live, you must eat unleavened bread. My dad always taught me not to eat with things with yeast in it. He taught me way back when we were kids, when I was like 7. He taught us that's how moonshine, alcohol, and stuff was made, because it eats at your stomach. And he taught us very young, how it affected everything. So then Moses summoned all the elders of Israel and said to them, "Go at once and select the animals of your families and slaughter the Passover lamb. Take a bunch of hyssop, dip it into blood in a basin, and put some blood on the top and on the both sides of the door frame. None of you shall go out the door of your houses." So, this is actually probably the same season then. This is probably perfect. I think literally when this is happening, I think this is... No, it can't be. When the Lord goes the land strike down the Egyptians, he will see the blood on the top of the on the top and sides of the doorframe, and will pass over the doorway, and will not permit the destroyer to enter the house, your houses, and strike you down. Obey these instructions as a last ordinance for you and your descendants. When you enter the land that the Lord will give you, as he promised, observe this ceremony. And when your children ask you, what does the ceremony mean to you? Then tell them, it is a Passover sacrifice to the Lord, who passed over to the house of the Israelites in Israel and in Egypt and spared our homes when he struck down Egyptians. Then the people bowed down and worshipped. The Israelites did just as the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron. At midnight the Lord struck down the firstborn in Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh who sat on the throne, to the firstborn of the prisoner who was in the dungeon, to the firstborn of all the livestock as well. Pharaoh and all of his officials and all the Egyptians got up during the night, and there was a loud wailing in Egypt, for there was not a house without someone dead. Whoa. Imagine, that's gotta be terrifying. You're just up in the middle of the night and people just start screaming, we found a dude in here, a woman in here, like everybody's dying, what's going on? So now they're going through it. The Exodus. During the night, Pharaoh summoned Moses and Aaron and said, up, leave my people, you and the Israelites. Go worship the Lord as you requested. Take your flocks and herds as you have said, and go. And also bless me. The Egyptians urged the people to hurry and leave the country, for otherwise, they said, we will all die. So the people took their dough before the yeast was added and carried it on their shoulders, and eating troughs wrapped in clothing. The Israelites did as Moses instructed and asked the Egyptians for articles of silver and gold and clothing. The Lord had made the Egyptians favorably disposed towards the people, and they gave them what they asked for. So they plundered the Egyptians. The Israelites journeyed from Ramses to Succoth. There were about 600,000 men on foot. Besides the women and children, many other people went up with them, and also large droves of stock, both flocks and herds, with the dough the Israelites had brought from Egypt. They baked loaves of unleavened bread. The dough was without yeast because they had been driven out of Egypt, and they did not have time to prepare food for themselves. Now the length of the time of the Israelite people lived in Egypt was 430 years. At the end of the 430 years, to the very day, all the Lord's divisions left Egypt, because the Lord kept vigil that night to bring them out of Egypt. On this night, all the Israelites keep vigil to honor the Lord for generations to come. Passover restrictions. The Lord said to Moses and Aaron, these are the regulations for the Passover meal. No foreigner may eat it. Any slave you brought may eat it after you circumcise them, but temporarily resident or a hired worker may not eat it. It must be eaten inside the house. Take none of the meat outside the house. Do not break any of the bones. The whole community of Israel must celebrate it. A foreigner residing among you wants to celebrate the Lord's Passover must have all the males in his household circumcised. When he may take part like one born in the land, no uncircumcision male may eat it. The same law applies to both native born and the foreigner residing among you. All the Israelites did just as the Lord commanded, and Moses and Aaron. On that very day, the Lord brought the Israelites out of Egypt by their decisions. Alright, I am at my 20-minute mark. Actually, I could do one more. Consecration of the firstborn. The Lord said to Moses, "Consecrate me to every firstborn male. The first offspring of every womb among the Israelites belongs to me, whether human or animal." Then Moses said to the people, "Commemorate to this day, to the day you came out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery, because the Lord brought you out of it with a mighty hand. Eat nothing containing yeast. Today in the mouth of Aviv you are leaving. When the Lord brings you into the land of the Canaanites, Hittites, Amorites, Hivites, and the Jebusites, the land he swore to your ancestors he will give you, and land following the milk and honey, you are to observe the ceremony of this month. For 7 days eat bread made without yeast. On the 7th day hold a festival to the Lord. Eat unleavened bread during those 7 days. Nothing with yeast in it is to be seen among you, nor shall any yeast seen anywhere within your borders. On that day tell your son, I do this because of what the Lord did for me when I came out of Egypt. This observance will be for you like a sign of your hand and a reminder of your forehead. That is the law of the Lord is to be on your lips. For the Lord brought you out of Egypt with his mighty hand. You must keep this ordinance. At the appointed time of the year, after the Lord brings you into the land of the Canaanites and give it to you, as he promised an oath to you and your ancestors, you are to give over the Lord first offspring of every womb. All the firstborn males of your livestock belong to the Lord. Redeem with a lamb every firstborn donkey, but if you are not to redeem it, break its neck. Redeem every firstborn among your sons. In the days to come, when your sons ask you, what does this mean? Say to them, with the mighty hand of the Lord brought us out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery. When Pharaoh stubbornly refused to let us go, the Lord killed the firstborn of the people and the animals of Egypt. This is why I sacrifice the Lord to the first male offspring of every womb, and redeem each of the firstborn sons, and it will be like a sign on your hand and a symbol on your forehead that the Lord brought us out of Egypt with his mighty hand. Crossing the sea is going to be for tomorrow, because that's it's one of the main stories in the Bible as well. Real quick, I want to show y'all, we were just talking about unleavened bread without yeast. It is perfect timing because I was just thinking about making my dough right now. So here's what I use. I usually cover the top of the powder with tahini, garlic powder, and chili powder. But I always start with the garlic so I know how much I'm putting on there. Gotta get the chunks out of there. With the tahini, you just cover the entire thing, basically. If I go live, if I get known, that could help me spread the word more instead of, me having to travel around. But, I could actually travel around. That could be a thing. But I'll see. See y'all in the next video.